Too raw.
And what is the deal, man? You are back tapping in with you guys here for another episode. What is it, like episode 3 of Blunts and Breakdown, Raiders Blunts and Breakdowns with you guys, man. Mikey Belly and Rundown, man. Big Dog, how you doing today, man?
Chilling, bro. Feeling a lot better than how the start of the weekend was going, because obviously the draft was going on. So it's a little nerve-wracking trying to figure out, okay, time's ticking. This guy's coming off the board. This guy's coming off the board. Who's going to be the next Raider? It gets a little antsy.
Yeah, because coming up at 6,
I feel a lot better now knowing the dust settled.
Coming up at 6, dog, we had like 50 million names that we had in our goddamn minds. Like, all right, maybe we go this direction, maybe we go this direction, but they end up going the direction that it was all along. With Genty. So obviously, people knew our feelings about how we felt about him getting drafted there. But at the end of the day, I tweeted it out and I even said it a show after. I'm like, dog, now it doesn't even matter. Everything I felt is irrelevant. You feel what I'm saying? He wearing the colors now. So now I hope he's the best running back in Raiders history. That's just big facts, big playing, man. So I really hope we see everything that everybody was talking about, and I can't wait to see it, honestly.
Yeah, and it's true, bro. Like obviously, we there was somebody else that we wanted to see. A couple names we would have been okay with besides Genty getting drafted at 6, but he's here now. He's a Raider, and it'll be wrong of us to just hate on the player now that he's here, bro. Like he's one of us. He's a Raider, so it's only right that we got to be supportive, bro. And like I get it. A lot of people thought we hated the player or we were hating on him. We were not. Every single time, I don't recall once myself or Rundown ever calling him trash or a bum, anything of that sort. I do recall saying pump the brakes a little on the generational talk, which I still will say that a little bit, and I'm not trying to disrespect the man when I say that. I'm just saying the term does get used a little loosely. I want to see what he does first. I want to see how he produces on the field before we get to those generational talks.
100%.
But obviously, if he could be generational on my team, shit, I'd love that.
Oh yeah, and that's exactly what we're searching for.
Welcome to though, bro.
That's exactly what we're searching for. You feel what I'm saying? We want somebody that's gonna come in here and change the game. And that's what the organization's telling us. That's what everybody in the fan base has told us for this long time. And even when I say this, don't even take my tone as condescending, because I actually do think he has the talent. We've said this 100%, but it's just, again, generational. It's a lot to put on somebody in their first year. You know what I mean? Now, we can bring this up right now because it's about the topic. And this is where I get annoyed, especially with this position. You know me, bro. With the running back position, I'm going to look heavy. So I get annoyed where you tell me he's generational before we draft him. And then when I pose the question of, well, how many yards are we expecting this man to get all purpose year one? I get met with 1,200 yards. What is that? All purpose? 1,200 yards all purpose. Like, Mike, and I don't even think
I'm hoping for that many rushing yards.
Bro, I don't even think he's going to do this at all. There's no way it's not even going to fathom in my mind that all purpose he only gives us that. But if he was to give us only 1,200 yards all purpose, the wrath that motherfuckers will feel for me, dog, is going to be tremendous. I'm not even going to cap, dog. It's going to be tremendous from what people hear from me.
Yeah. And I'm really hoping he does have a successful rookie year. I hope he wins Rookie of the Year now that he's a Raider.
Exactly.
But yeah, 1,200 I feel like is setting the bar pretty low for him. Even whether you want to consider him generational or not, in general, if that's your RB1 and he's considered one of the top guys out there, you'd want to think like, hey, I'd want to see at least maybe like 1,500 yards rushing. I would think we're playing 17 games in a year, and this dude was averaging crazy numbers weekly in college. If our running game is going to be like that, we have possibly maybe a better, or who knows, maybe same level type of O-line that what he had over there, that caliber. I would expect at least 14 to 1,500 yards rushing, maybe all purpose near like 1,800 at least, or 1,700 with passing yards. Because I'm sure he definitely going to be seeing a lot of screens, a lot of little bubble routes and stuff in the background, maybe even some checkdowns. So I would hope for anywhere from around like 17 to 18, I would say. I feel like that's more so a fair number for him. In all
that's where I'm at, right? That's where I'm at. I'm like at minimum, I'm only gonna accept 15, maybe 16. That's minimum. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something happened. Maybe the line was worse than we thought, right? Sure. That you can get me with that. But 1,500 is all I'll go. That's as low as I'll steep, right? Because then that's I don't know how the numbers will shake out. Maybe you give me 1,200 rushing, 300 receiving, and I'm still kind of off on that, right? But the thing for me, right, is okay. People can tell me 1,300 yards. That's fine, right? If he only gives us 1,400 yards on the ground, whatever. Where I'm starting to get annoyed is like, dog, I was told and we were told, and I've seen on film the receiving prowess. I've seen the receiving talent. You feel what I'm saying? So him not being part of the receiving game wouldn't make no sense to me. It just wouldn't make no sense from any standpoint. I don't know what would happen there. We got maybe look at the coaching staff or whatever the case, and that's some rows down the line to look at. But I'm expecting at least 300 to 400 receiving yards, dog, on top of whatever he does off the rushing. At least.
Yeah.
So, like
100%,
dog,
man. And
13, right? Like he gives us 13. He gives us three on the pass. That's 16 off rip, right? That's 16. Or gives us 4 on the pass, still gives us 13. We got 17. Saquon gave us 2,000 yards all purpose his rookie year, and that's how he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Is it unfair for me, Mike, to expect that? You let me know.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, based on the comparisons and the way everybody's saying like he's the best running back to come out of the draft since Saquon, like I feel like that's fair to have those type of expectations, especially with the generational labeling and comparisons to Barry Sanders or LaDainian Tomlinson, whoever else, even Beast Mode, whoever else you want to compare him to. Like, I feel like it's fair to have those type of expectations. There's a reason why he was drafted number 6 overall. Like they expect him to be a blue collar or day one impact maker. Right. Like they expect him to be that guy. So if they're expecting that from him as a fan base, I would assume we would have the same expectations too on our end.
And see, this
I don't think it's a fair expectation to have, or like a terrible expectation to have.
People get mad, y'all, because somebody might hear this, right, and hear this pre-recorded episode, and they'll be like, "Oh man, these motherfuckers on here hating. They hating, man. We picked them, and they just hating." It's hating to expect the greatness that I was sold upon. How? You feel what I'm saying? Like I've been convinced. I've watched the film. Every fan, my pops was in my ear for y'all was with me for the draft shit. My pops was in my ear for 4 straight hours, 3 straight days, talking about how this is the one, right? I'm convinced now. So now I expect the greatness, bro. It's not about like hating or whatever. Yeah. It's not about that. I expect this man to do that. That's what I feel. Great players when they put on this uniform, there are certain players we expect to do things every Sunday, right? Every Sunday we expect 98 to go stupid. Every Sunday and now we expect 89 to do his work. We expect 16 to do his work. Why is that any different from him? It's not no different.
Yeah. And that's fair, bro. That's why it's like, okay, we'll see what he could do. And I'm pretty sure, like based on the press conference too. I mean, Pete did say he will have him installed into like the passing game. So I'm sure we're definitely gonna see some Ashton Jency screen passes or bubble plays or check down. So it's gonna be fun to see what he could do yards after catch once he gets the ball in his hand. Because it's gonna be a different element than obviously being a running back.
And you know, and there's multiple times on this film, bro. Just let's say shameless plug. We'll be doing another Genty breakdown. I got a full one on my, on my channel right now, just about him. I had a feeling, you know what I mean, just had to do the full breakdown, but we'll do it plus clips here, right? Where there's more, we ain't even got to show the long runs, bro. There are multiple times, he's doing multiple things in the backfield, or he's making 5-yard, 10-yard runs look nice. So he has that ability, bro. It's just, we want to see that consistently, and we want to see that coming in immediately. I feel like he'll be able to do that coming in off rip. So I'm expecting the change, or hoping for the change. I'm excited to see it off rip.
And I feel like this time around too, bro, like it should be fun to see how it plays out with this running game. Besides the fact that we got, quote unquote, one of the top running backs arguably going into the league day one, we also have a passing game now, where before, when we had Josh Jacobs, teams knew like, hey, all he got is this running back. Load the box, and you shut him down. It's over with. At least now we have a passing attack. We have a quality quarterback in Geno Smith where we could actually throw the ball and we could get things moving. So they might not be able to load the box like that against Ashton Jency. And if they try to, it's like, okay, cool. We got play action game. We could do a lot of things.
Over the top.
We could definitely do a lot of things with this offense. Yeah. It's gonna be fun to see.
Easy money. And now that we talk about that, we go into the second round pick, which is Jack Bech, right? Which to me, this is the skill set and we're gonna watch a little bit of that. But the skill set that he had, I know some people were mad that when we picked him. Number one, I wasn't mad because we didn't trade it back twice and we got him and we picked him up. If we would have picked him up at 37, I'd have scratched my head a tad, right? But picking him up at 58 is great value in my opinion. So you go here, pick him up at 58, and he's the exact skill set to me that we need. Somebody like a rebounder, right? Somebody that's physical out there, dog. I mean, we got Jakobi, we got Trey. Brock is going to do his work, but we needed somebody with that skill set, in my opinion. I mean, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I was happy with the pick. I mean, initially in that moment, just like pick number 6, there was a player I seen on the board that I really wanted. Unfortunately, we didn't go that route. It is what it is. But also looking at it, right when I seen who we picked, at first in the moment I was like, that's not who I want. But then when I looked and seen who the name was, I was cool with it, because multiple times I've seen people mocking him to us during the offseason leading up to the draft. And so I got a little curious, and I was like, you know what? Let me look into his tape. Let me see what this Jack Bech guy is all about. And I was impressed. And I found out a fun fact. Besides what he was doing at TCU, in 2021, he was actually the leader when it comes to receiving yards and stuff over at LSU. And that was back when they had Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, and stuff on the roster. And he was the main guy at that time.
And they had him playing like
I don't know if that,
hybrid role type of weird shit over
Yeah.
there. And then he came over here and then started playing more receiver. So he's got a little bit of that tight end background in the game, dog. I can see it definitely when he's, when he's getting pressed at the line or anything like that, dog. He's too physical for certain corners, dog.
Yeah.
Like certain corners ain't gonna be able to do nothing with him. And if we put him in the slot, it's a wrap. Definite wrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
the one thing I really appreciate about him is he's, besides being an aggressor when it comes to running with after catch or whatever, or possibly blocking, not having those tight end abilities, he got real aggressive hands when it comes to catching the ball, bro. Like some of these catches that I've seen him making in college, bro.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Like I was just like, man, how is he coming down with some of these? Because he sees the guy coming at him, and it's like, bro, he's just like, whatever happens. I'm catching this ball though.
Yeah. So, and full disclosure, when we're doing our breakdowns, we're gonna break the player down first, what we saw, and then we're gonna play you the video. So what we just said can match up with the video. But with that though, I when watching like all the targets, right, of what he had, so like if you really like break it down to it, some of the quarterback play was kind of trash at times, dog. Like he would be open at certain times and beat the corner, and your boy's throwing it like fucking a mile the other way. So then at that point, you're like, all right, that's a dub for him, but quarterback ain't get it there. He's one of these dudes, bro, in the NFL. I've said it multiple times. You can use him like Puka Nacua, where I could get this man a high volume of targets. You feel what I'm saying? And it's safe. I don't really be worrying if I get this man like 7-8 targets in a game. He'll probably not even drop them. Probably even drop one, if anything. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel safe giving him that type of workload where I can give it to him short, give it to him intermediate. I feel like he has the ability to work deep. You know what I mean? I feel like you could really use him like Puka and get him that way.
Yeah. And I mean, I know a lot of people were saying during the offseason too, like, oh, we need a wide receiver one. We're missing a wide receiver one. Hey, I'm telling you right now, this kid, from what I've seen on tape and the way people were talking about him, he could very well be that wide receiver one, that missing piece. I mean, obviously that's a very big challenge to issue to him to take on that role, but I think he might be capable of doing it. I really think he could possibly be that guy because there's some stuff I seen on tape that he was doing that was pretty phenomenal, and I was like, wow, how did I not like notice this before?
Right?
How did I not see this shit before?
I said this already, bro. He's starting off rip. There is no like I get it. Like they're gonna go to training camp in battle, but no, he started. There's nobody on the roster. Yeah, you feel me? There's nobody on the roster that has that skill set right now. Like they even let go of Ramel Keaton. So Ramel Keaton's gone. You have again Alex Bachman there, Trey Tucker. We know what that is. We know what Jakobi is. He's set, right? Them two dudes.
Yeah.
Trey is in, but I feel like Trey is kind of set a little bit. So
he gonna get his PT regardless. Trey gonna
Jakobi set. After that, bro, there's really nobody else after them two. I've been said this. There's no other receivers after them two. You have to find somebody else. That's the third as of right now. He's the guy that's gonna be out there. And then we'll get into the other one later. But as of right now, bro, he's starting. If you go 3 receiver set, he's out there. I don't care what nobody tells me. So let's get into a little bit of Jack Bech, man. Let's get into a little bit of Jack Bech.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. So we got some clips, man, to show y'all. Now we just broke it down a little bit, a tad, but we got some clips to show that kind of highlight some of the strengths of Bech and what he's gonna bring, man. Sneaky route runner too, but look at that. Too physical.
Like right there. You see that?
Hey, now he's not fast, but he knows how to set the corners. Look, you see how he said he's a big, bruising, burly motherfucker, but he is quicker than you think he is.
Yeah. And he real shifty, bro. He real shifty. After he get the ball in his hands, he real shifty.
You know what I mean? I mean, you get that in the open space. Ain't no corner safety really want to do nothing with that.
Yeah.
Look at that. And that's Kobe Bryant. And that's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Yeah. He going up against Kobe and I think Melo's Mello Dotson on out there also.
See, and this is what I'm relying on when he gets into that yak, because it's gonna be hard to bring him down after the catch. That's gonna be
Look at this
dirty
right here. I mean, the vertical isn't that crazy, but I mean, just the lay hands right there. No, that was nice.
As the weaknesses, he ain't got like a super big catch radius where he's gonna go all over the place to catch the football. There's only a certain number of things, but that was nice right there. He got safe hands though.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, with that yak though,
that after the catch.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I hope he
the hands.
Yeah, bro. That's
strong at the
that's
catch
an aggressive,
like, bro. Rebounder. You know what I'm saying? Rebounder. Somebody.
Yeah, bro.
Gino can say fuck he over there somewhere too. I just it's what's needed as of right now for this offense, dog. Like we needed somebody like that, and I think it's balanced now.
Yeah, bro, and it's like it's gonna be nice to see him how he compliments Jakobi over there, because that's two big body receivers that are both high point, aggressive hands that 9 times out of 10 I'm confident they're gonna come down with the ball.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident they're gonna come down with the ball. As long as Gino puts it where it needs to be, they're gonna come down with the ball. Pause.
100%. 100%.
But you feel me? Like it's gonna be fun to see how this receiving core does.
Yeah, and then see, this is the thing that we didn't even touch on neither before we go into Thornton, is that just like you said, they're big physical, but at the same time, they're gonna block as well. We know Jakobi's gonna run block, right? Like we know that's one of his things. I know Jack Bech is gonna run block, and if your thing as a team is saying like we're gonna run the ball, you need to get somebody out there as a receiver that don't mind sticking his nose in there and doing that dirty work. You got to do that.
Yeah. Man.
All right. So that's
Jack Bech. Somebody I wish we had back for. Yeah, one person I remember that I wish we had back. Now you talking about receivers that could block. Man, remember that Crabtree block on Akeem Talib?
On Talib
to the sideline. I need a receiver that could block like that, bro. You come over here and you could do some shit like that. You send somebody to the sideline, send them to the Gatorade.
That's what we do, bro. That's what we do.
Hell yeah.
I think Bech got that ability. You feel what I'm saying? I think Bech got a little bit of that ability. He gonna come over there and knock your block off a tap. But going from him, we go from him to a way different skill set, right? Like way different skill set, complementary skill set to what Bech is. So it's not. But to me, I don't think the playing time is going to be similar, right? Like I think Bech off rip, you're gonna get the playing time, you're gonna get the minutes,
see quality rep.
He's gonna play a lot. With Thornton, and I like Dante Thornton, 6'4", 4.3 40. I mean, bro, like that's what prototypical Raider receiver. There's still some development that needs to be done with the route running, in my opinion. There, because when you go to Tennessee, dog, they only ask you to run like 3-4 routes. That's it. So I think there's still more work to be done. But as far as if he's asked to just stretch the field, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, man. And one player comp that I've seen a few people make, and usually I don't tend to agree with some like talking heads on the media's that a lot of people give to Thornton was Jameson Williams from Detroit. And
really?
To me, that's a fair one. He got, because of the speed. No, just the speed element. How you just you
want to know who I saw, dog? You want to know who I saw, and then I'll let you finish that off. I saw Martavis Bryant.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna cap.
Okay,
that dude. I think. I hope he gets Steelers Martavis Bryant. Like that's what if we get Steelers Martavis Bryant, that's different. Then now we got something.
Yeah. Maybe just, I need to see a little more film on him, but it's more so because I wasn't really seeing like a complete route tree. I was seeing like a certain few routes but I mean, hey, if it's working, if they can't stop it, by all means, I spam the shit out of that fucking route too.
But see, and that's the difference of what, like when we're discussing these things, because fans will be like, well, he'll come in and he's just gonna go ahead and be the number one receiver all of a sudden. But it's like, dog, like you just said, and like I just said, we only saw this man run like 3-4 routes, right? And in the league, 3 to 4 routes is not going to get it done. That's not, you got to be able to run the whole damn tree if you're talking about being one of them guys. Like, you got to be able to run everything. So, right now he's limited.
Now,
but that does not
if you
mean
got you guys. Yeah, now if you got a few guys that could run like around him that could run all the full route tree, then you by all means you could make that work because then they got to focus. The rest of the team got to focus on these dudes. So then you can let him do his thing. So another name besides Jameson Williams.
Go ahead.
The name I would say for me personally that I would give, and I mean I know it's a touchy subject and it's a very familiar name with Raider Nation, but somebody that we had originally drafted a couple years back, his game style kind of reminds me of Henry's a little bit, where it's like he has that speed where it's like if he puts it together, he could really be a real cold receiver. If he puts it together, he could be a cold receiver, bro. But just on what I've seen, I mean, he definitely got that speed element.
He
got that game breaking type speed. So
I think Henry had a little bit more shiftiness and elusiveness to the game. But definitely like if what they're gonna ask him to do initially, I just in my estimation, this is my opinion, they're gonna ask him to stretch the field on the outsides, right? And I could imagine having a nice little formation with him on the outside and Trey on the slot, right? And then I go to work like that, and you're gonna have to choose which one you want to run the track meet with. You know what I mean? And then from that point, it gets dirty because I can have 2 of my speedsters on one side. I can have 2 of my physical receivers on the other. Brock Bowers coming in on it, bro. There's so many mixes and matches that you can do with that. So it's like from there, if he's being used like that, but I would say temper expectations for everybody that's saying he's going to come out here and be Justin Jefferson or anything like that. Like that's not what it's going to be. I think immediately. Now, if he does that, hey, all power to him and thank God. But I just don't.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, bro. Like the way that this team's shaping up, the type of receivers that we're putting together around, like for Geno Smith and the running game that we have, it's gonna be real fun to watch this offense, bro. And like, I don't really play video games that often. It's been a minute since I played video games, but hey, low key, I might have to go to the store and buy that new Madden, bro. Because hey, the Raiders are gonna be a fun team to play with on Madden, bro.
If you play Madden, weapons that we got, you would know. Like if you're playing with the Raiders, you might as well start that dynasty, that coach mode up, and sim some of the season and get to drafted some of the dudes you like, because that's exactly what you got to do on these Madden. Sim it all, leave it off, and then start drafting dudes you want. I'm in year 2040 in my goddamn franchise at this point. I done got all my players right.
2040, damn.
But let's get in a little bit of that Thornton film, man. Let's see what he's talking about now. Hey, off rip the speed. I mean, he get in the open field, it's over.
Yeah,
right. It's a wrap. So that immediately stands out.
Yeah, some even said when we drafted him, he's very well like Pete Carroll's new DK Metcalf in a way.
Woo!
Straight cooked him, bro.
See that was it. Yeah,
if he gets the burners on him, that was it, bro.
Yeah, if he gets that, it's over.
Yeah, bro.
See,
right there at the bottom.
What have we noticed so far about these routes? They're the same route.
Yeah.
We gonna count how many of the same routes we see. I'm gonna see.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but like I was saying, man, like if they can't stop it, man, I mean, shoot.
Hell no.
I keep doing. What I will say though is that quarterback is definitely putting the ball where it needs to be, bro. He throwing some dots.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Who is that quarterback right there, number 8?
That was cold.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, this dude got wheels and he hit him in his stride. There's some quarterbacks we didn't see in the past where we had some guys we thought were some gunslingers and they weren't able to hit our speedy receivers in stride in the past or connect with them. The timing was off. That was nice.
Good ball skills.
Oh, he hit that step on it. Oh, yeah.
He not like a natural. He not like his hands ain't like super natural like Bech. I can tell off rip. Oh, that's nice. Is he getting open?
Ooh.
Oh, this might be the one that proved me wrong. There it go right there. That was cold though. Good catch on that one. Good catch on that one. Bro, like he wastes a little movement on
you get the inside step on him, that's it.
See, if you could put him in the slot too, oh yeah, it's good night. If I could put him in the slot and shit, it's good night.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. There, bottom of the screen.
God, he got off the line like a motherfucker.
That speed, bro.
Again, all 4 of these clips are the same route, but it's the speed.
Hey, it's working.
It's speed.
Yeah,
man. Now, again, like we're saying, or like I'm saying, I think they're gonna use him in spots. They ain't gonna use him all over. Bech, he gonna play. He gonna play wherever. It don't fucking matter. Like he's gonna play. But
definitely doing some slant.
Yeah, obviously, right? Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna need to see him on a wheel route or some shit, bro.
Bang 8, some of that post action, some of that, man. I need a lot of that. With him, and again, him and Tucker on the field at the same time, you got to pick your poison. You got to see what you would like to do. It'll be ugly for teams to try to figure out what they would like to do with all the skill sets that we have now at the receiving core.
Yeah.
So I think out of it, bro, I think we can end it with grades if you like. I mean, as far as the grades of the picks, and now, I mean, you know how you feel about them. So I started off with you, man. I mean, what you feel about Bech, Thornton, and overall view of the receivers now, and then we can kind of end it off.
Yeah. Well, with Jack Bech, I'll give him an A- just because I will say, I mean, there are a couple things that could be worked on. Of course, definitely, you could always crisp up your routes in the future. Definitely, maybe work on that vertical a little bit. But other than that, like I really like his overall game. I really think he's going to be a huge help on this offense. He's definitely going to be a big time player on this offense this year. Yeah. And with Dant'e Throrton, I'll say I'd give that one a B. I'll give it a solid B in grade, just because, of course, I got to see more of the route tree. I got to see more. Yeah, of course. But based on what I've seen, the speed, you can't deny it, bro. And that's something you can't teach is fucking elite speed. A 4.340 is insane. And you're seeing it. As soon as he gain off the ball, bro, like that, as soon as he gets that inside step on people on that screen, it's over with. As soon as he gets past them, it's over with on go balls. Like, so it's gonna be fun to see what they do. But overall, with the receiving core that we have now, and even some of the UDFA guys, like I would say we're cooking, bro. Like I'd say it's looking real solid. Like I'm liking the direction the team's going.
Yeah. For me, I'm with you with those grades. I think I'll stick with those grades. I won't change those grades for me. Yeah, I'm Bech is real deal for me. I know some people didn't like it, but I really like Bech. I think he's gonna make instant contribution. Thornton, like you said, bro, like the route tree got to get better. We just saw right there. We talked about it. We like the speed. You can't teach the 6'4" size, right? And all that combination. But again, we running 3 routes, right? So we gotta beef up the route tree. We gotta get the route tree where it needs to be in order for us to really start talking about, oh yeah, he can be a number 1 receiver and all that. Because as of right now, he's only going to be used in spots. But seeing as the receiving core and what it is now, it's like I said, versatile. You got different skill sets in there that complement each other now with the speed, with the power, with the balance of it, and with the route running. So I like the room now. I mean, especially if you're telling me that Brock Bowers is the quote unquote number 1 guy, then if that's the case, then everybody that's in that receiver room compliments Brock Bowers. So I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. This is gonna be real fun to see, bro. It's gonna be real fun to see because obviously you already know what like our guy Corey likes to say, Mayo Mike, what he likes to do.
Yeah.
And what he can do on the field. It's gonna be real disgusting this year, bro. It's gonna be real disgusting. And then now there's more weapons around him to open up shit for him, especially. And then obviously if it doesn't open up for him because they're keying in on him, shit. Jakobi here, you got Jack Bech. Thornton, Trey Tucker. It's gonna be nasty, bro. It's like pick your poison at that point.
Now we got to think about the dude Malott, out of the 6th round, the quarterback. Now we would have added him to this, but technically he has no receiver film to look at, so we can't really look at. We got to look at quarterback and kind of determine from there.
What are your thoughts on? What were your initial thoughts, and how do you feel now, like a few days removed, like what from that draft selection when they made it?
Malott?
Yeah.
It is what it is at that point. Like, I honestly, like, I wasn't tripping because I heard them say receiver. And then when I heard them say receiver, I was like, okay, I see what they're doing, right? I knew what they was doing, Edelman type, and I did see his measurables and what he ran and all the extra. I was like, okay, I can see it, right? Like, so I understand to a degree, especially like I've always said in these rounds, bro, you're just trying to find somebody that you either get in the gym or some developmental piece. So I wasn't really tripping about it.
Yeah. I mean, when I first seen it, I was a little confused just because I was like, is he going to play quarterback? But when they said receiver, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was also a little questioned just because obviously I've always questioned when you have to like draft somebody and you switch their position, like something that they're not really familiar with per se. So I was just wondering like, hey, I get it. You're going to have him play receiver, but why not draft another receiver? That was my initial thought process, but I heard then once I started looking more into Malott and seeing what his attributes are, his measurements and his speed and everything, how athletic the guy is, I was like, okay, this is actually intriguing. Like, okay, let's see what he could do as a receiver.
Yeah.
We've seen some quarterbacks in the past that weren't really as athletic.
The measurables aren't bad.
Yeah, we've seen some dudes that weren't that athletic before that played quarterback make that switch to like a tight end or a receiver, and they shine doing it. So I'm like, if they could do it, shoot, I can't wait to see what this dude. Like a perfect example of that is like a Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, he might even be our Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Taysom Hill for sure. I mean, you could look at, just examples of guys switching. Or Terrell Pryor did it. Remember, he was a quarterback and he went to the Browns and became a receiver. So it can be done. Right, Julia Edelman did it, and so it can be done. But just gotta see how the testing and the measurables all translate to him like actually playing receiver. So that'd be it right there.
I'm really excited to see how Chip Kelly's gonna like cook up this offense, bro, with all these different options and weapons. And then there's guys that are versatile and can do different things. Like for example, obviously Merlot is a former quarterback that's going to be shifting to receiver, or jack of all trades, whatever they want to use him as. Shoot, might even see some trick plays, some double pass plays here. He could throw the ball. Jakobi could throw the ball. Like, dude, we got D tackles that could run the ball. Like, it's going to be really interesting to see what can be done.
Still, bro. Oh, definitely. And make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, or the follow button here on X, because we're going to be breaking all the draft picks down, right, and what they can bring, and just kind of going through a little bit of the tape, man, as we do just a little mini series of us breaking down the draft prospects. But we're getting close to football. We already know, we got some rookie mini camps coming up, and then it really gets ramped up from there, man. So anything you want to say to people before we go on out of here, Big Mike?
I'll just say this. I mean, whether you love this draft or you hated this draft's already set in stone. These guys are now Raiders, so no matter what, they're here now. They're a part of your team, so show them some love,
right?
And appreciate them while they're here. Appreciate them while they're here, man. And let's have a good year, y'all. Let's have a good year. Let's see how this season goes for real.
100%. I mean, like you said, regardless of how you felt before, once they put the colors on, bro, it is what it is. It don't really matter. So
they family now, bro. They're part of the Raider family.
And we gotta, even if you didn't want it or you don't expect high things, like I always say this, bro. Like even if I'm sitting here saying I don't expect this person to do that, I would hope that I get proved wrong at the end of the season, because guess what? That means it's good. Right? Like shit, case in point, I wasn't high on Jakobi and Bennett going into the season. I'm glad I got proved wrong. I'm happy. You feel what I'm saying? Because then that's good. if I'm right about that, then that's
Yeah,
bad.
we found our CB1 in the process of all that.
Yeah, bro. If you
Yeah, we
say you
definitely
don't
found our
believe in
CB1 in the
something
process
and
of all
you're
that.
right,
Like, there's a few guys I know that were done.
come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, if you tell me you don't believe in
Yeah.
something and you're right about that, that's bad. It's not good.
Yeah, like I don't want to. Sometimes I don't want to be right about certain stuff. Like I over the weekend said I don't believe that we currently have a franchise quarterback, but I'm saying like a long-term franchise quarterback. I do
Yeah.
believe Geno Smith is a very good quarterback. I do believe he's
The
some
only
sometimes people like other fans take your opinion wrong and they get a little offended by it. But it's like, hey man, and I get it. Like you may think I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope he proves me wrong, and I hope he balls out and he gets us in the playoffs. We win some playoff games. Like I really hope it's one of those case scenarios where I don't want to be right because
right.
I want to see this team succeed, bro. Like I'm not trying to hate on our quarterback. I have faith in our quarterback. I hope he does something for real.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, when we get to the quarterbacks, that's a whole different conversation of
Yeah,
franchise quarterback. Because I had that whole thing too. I mean, to me, that's somebody that's here for 10, 12 years. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That what that is, 2 contracts even.
yeah.
But
And
conversation
like,
for another day, man. That don't mean we don't think he's. Of course, I think Geno gonna ball, but
yeah,
we all do. So as of right now, man, we got the weapons for him.
yeah,
Got everything for him to succeed, right, and put around him. We got the running back. We just broke down the
yeah.
receivers, and we will continue to break down more positions for Geno and you know just around the draft as we do, and continue, man. So we're gonna get ready to get on out of here, man. But
Mhm.
anything you want to promote, anything you want to say before we get on out of here?
Yeah, just be on the lookout. Obviously, y'all know during the season, expect some tapes, bro. We're gonna see some tapes. I know my guy Corey's gonna drop one tomorrow on Twitter before we go live on BTB. That will be on every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Obviously, be sure to tune in to our show every Thursday around I believe 6 or 7 ish. Depends what time of the day.
Yeah,
And
fact.
be sure to also show my guy Rundown some love. If you're tuning in, some of my followers, get familiar with my guy Rundown. He's cool as fuck. Very knowledgeable when it comes to the game. Tap in with him. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to his YouTube too. Show some love to the
Man,
channel, bro.
that's good looks, man. I know you already getting your
Yeah,
YouTube up and running and all that. So make sure you guys showing love to my guy on X. That's his name right there, as you see it down there below. Like my guy said,
yeah,
I just made the determining factor. We on every Thursday, 6 o'clock. As y'all know, for the blunts and breakdowns, man. Sometimes it will be pre-recorded
mm-hmm.
episodes. Sometimes we will go live for very, very special episodes, of course, like we do, man. But love this content that we giving y'all, man. Love to be able to break down some of this as we do. And we're gonna continue to do our thing, man. But till then, we're gonna see y'all next Thursday, man. For we're gonna decide what positions we're gonna do next Thursday. We'll see, but
Yeah,
it's probably defense. It's definitely defense.
yeah, most definitely.
Definitely. But all right, people, we'll tap in with y'all, man. See y'all
Yeah.
Thursday.
Till next
Peace.
time. Peace.